Welcome to Writing the Wrong Way. This is a podcast for serious writers who want to develop their skills in artistry and stand out in a crowded industry by taking intelligent, creative risks. I'm your host, Jonathan Ball. I hold a PhD in literature. I'm the author of numerous books, and I take a very analytical approach to art making, emphasizing both efficiency and experimentation. This episode is part 2 of a episode where my guests and I ate a lot of really crazy hot sauce on some chicken wings while we talked about editing anthologies. So this is the second part. In the first episode is at jonathanball.com/12 if you haven't already heard it. This is the second part where we have 5 more sauces, 3 of which are actually crazy hot sauces. One of them, Dave's Insanity sauce, is at one point was the hottest hot sauce on earth, and now it has been superseded. We actually have like 2 hotter sauces plus that one in the later part of this episode. So if you go to jonathanball.com/13, you'll find all the show notes for this particular episode. So that's jonathanball.com/13. The guests here, of course, are Adam Petrash and Darren Ridgley, the co-editors of the Parallel Prairies Anthology. And then the other guest is Keith Cadieux, one of the co-editors of the Shadow over Portion, Maine. What's number 6 there, Adam? What are you
gets in your mouth.
Oxygen is the thing. Unfortunately, you're talking. So you gotta be time it.
This is good.
Which one?
Matooks.
Oh, I hear a lot about this Matooks.
What do you mean by good?
So what was the hardest part of the whole process for you guys? I found just it was way more work than I expected. Like honest, I was also on a time crunch because we kind of had this date before we even had 1 page of a manuscript. Yeah. But I found the time crunch and just it being I was envisioning a 120-page manuscript or something. We ended up with almost 300 pages. It's ridiculously long. We ended up writing 80 pages of framing text to position the poems and stuff. So it just was way more work than I had anticipated, especially given that I had a co-editor that I thought was going to take all this work. He was doing a lot of work too. So I can't even imagine what it'd be like to have done it all myself.
Yeah. It was a much bigger project than I had anticipated as well, especially going in. But what I found the toughest was keeping all the balls in the air, keeping everybody answering me, making sure the stuff was being submitted in enough time to look at it and put it in our own layout. And like you had said, with the order, they didn't adjust the order on our end. We were pretty much in control of that, but we were constantly trying to figure that out, and then not knowing is this final edit, is this how long it's going to be, because you're going to fuck up our page count. And it was more that it was keeping everybody on the same page, basically. And
this one's nothing.
Wrangling everybody.
The Louisiana was hard in this.
No, it's not.
No, for real. This Matooks. It's just sometimes the sausage don't hit you
this is the start of your haunted house podcast where you're openly mock the ghosts.
Oh, it's gonna hit
then. So yeah, you're openly.
I found number 4
the
the hottest so far.
Honestly, that one didn't bug me either. And I don't appreciate you always looking over at me. The listener can't see this, or maybe they will if the video feed is working. Every wing, Adam has looked at me with this Cheshire grin. Because I've been.
That was tasty. I liked it a lot.
It does taste good.
It's really nice.
Matooks is really good flavor. I told you, ebb and flow.
Yeah. Oh, I see. You can't go the break. Bam.
You're tapering us off. You got us good and drunk, and now you're going to give us a bump. You're going to even us out, take us in.
So you're not necessarily going up every wing.
No.
Okay, so
I'm ebbing and flowing so that we actually have content to speak.
For me,
that's true.
For me, I think the worst thing it's the worst part of every job like this, which is the final editing push. Yeah. This is your last chance.
We need tomorrow.
You get 2 or 3 more days to go over this thing line by line and find everything that's wrong with it. And then you're going to send in those final edits and spend the rest of the time until the book comes out worrying that there's some god-awful thing you didn't see.
Yeah.
That's why it's just best not to look at the book again.
Oh, well, I never do. I learned that early on in my reporting career because what can you do? Paper's out.
Yeah.
There's no fixing it now.
Sometimes people ask me like, "Oh, do you go back and read your books?" I'm like, "No."
I mean, yeah, you got to fix it. You got to print a correction. You got to do your due diligence. But like, there's no point in, to sit there and go and look for your own errors the next day because it's just people will let you know. Don't worry about it. You don't have to go hunting for them.
That's the thing too. Like, if there's really a big error, someone will tell you, and you'll find you don't need to go hunting.
Yeah, it seems very masochistic to be like, where is it? Where's the thing I didn't spot because I was sleep deprived.
But also, I think that like Darren and I, because we are being, for lack of a better word, a spokesperson or spokespeople for all these writers, we're very adamant about everybody.
Yeah, we correct. Yeah, we wanted to do right by our contributors.
I had a thing where a lot of it was being reprinted, so I was always consulting the originals, and then I would consult like what the authors had sent me, and sometimes they would send me different versions. And so my question was sometimes like, well, did they change it and they want to like publish a newer revised version, or did they send me an old draft? Right? Because I don't even have, because the thing is, if you go through your book, right, like I had this problem and I had to send something the other day to somebody where it's like, I don't even have the final version on my computer because it's all in like a PDF at the publishers, right? Yeah. Or like, is there some other weird issue, right? Or and then like weird formatting things. Like I was dealing with poetry where it's like, okay, like we got to now take this 2-page thing and fit on 1 page or something weird, or like, can we reflow this way? Like, just like, like that kind of, as you say, you really want to do right by the author. You're kind of like, you're dealing with the publisher, not them. But you might have a question. You're sometimes an intermediary in that way too.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So this is a bit more complex question. So how bad is the sauce that you got lined up?
Well, it's Matook's again.
Okay.
Calypso sauce.
It's probably gonna be crazy. Is it gonna be like the other time you had like 2 in a row and it's like, no, this one's fucking insane. The first one's like,
it's a bit hotter.
No big deal. It's
really flavorful.
It's a bit hotter. Well,
after this, it gets scary.
Okay, well, here's the question 7. So it's a bit more of a complex question in terms of like what considerations went into selecting the work. So when you're I'd like you to, if you could, use an example. If you feel comfortable doing this, so why did you actually accept like something? You're looking at a piece. You don't have to use specific examples if you don't want to. But like, it'd be like why you get a submission, or you like have even request a submission. If somebody sends you something, now you're looking at it and figuring out, am I going to put this in the anthology? So like, what are the considerations? That's the kind of like, and if you could give like a really specific example, like why did you like I would be. So if you don't feel comfortable talking about somebody else, like, then talk about my work. Like, why did you accept the piece I sent you? If you don't want to throw anyone else out of the bus, that's fair.
So using your work as an example, I the number one thing that a story can do to make me accept it is be evocative in some way. It doesn't have to be profound. It doesn't have to be heartbreakingly sad. It doesn't have to scare me, but it has to do what it's setting out to do. There are stories that I accepted, or that I advocated for the acceptance of for this anthology, where they were meant to be funny and they actually made me laugh. So good enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And your story, it drew something out of me in its final moments. It was meaningful. It made me feel something to read it, and that's better than you get from a lot of stories that you read.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, for me personally, it was more so about, like, it doesn't matter if you drop all of these Manitoba landmarks or these Winnipeg locations, but, like, the overall feel, right? Because, like, we're all lived here long enough, or we're from here, or we've moved here and have been here long enough that, Manitoba has a certain feel as opposed to other provinces, right? So, like, if I got one of those feelings from the stories, I was like, yes, this fits the anthology.
Yeah. Why might you well, I'll let Keith maybe okay. I want to ask a couple follow-ups inside this one. But this sauce is really tasty too. I don't find this one hot either, but it's really tasty.
Ebb and flow, buddy. Ebb and flow.
It's good. It's good. It's better than the hot ones model of going.
It's harder than the last one, but
We wouldn't be talking.
So you don't have to use my example, but why might you have accepted work? Like, what I found kind of along the lines of what you used the word advocate. The more stories I advocate for acceptance of, what I found was because I had a co-editor, I was like, okay, I got to convince this guy why. So for me, it was like part of the selection process was like, do I want to like mount a defense? like, do I really care that much about this piece?
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
I mean, I'm a reflexive defender of my positions, so I was always like lawyering for things with Adam all the time.
But what I mean was like, if you didn't have a co-editor, you wouldn't have to start to do that, right? Like, you still start to like your likes, your dislikes.
Yeah.
I found like with the co-editor, it really helped me think through like, well, why did I like it? How am I going to explain how I liked it?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think, like you said, that even if you were to strip all the Manitoba landmarks, there's a feel there. And so I had mentioned that you and David sort of pulled our concept out of the fire by doing this forward and afterward that more cohesively identified like what's the Winnipeg thing about these stories, because they aren't all identifiably set in Winnipeg, but they have a feel. And so that was our guiding principle. Is like, do they have this feeling or this tone that we were all thinking of? And it was something too, like where with my co-editor, like if there were ones that I didn't quite feel it, he was able to explain why he did. And so we would have that back and forth of like, I would fight for ones to stay in and he would fight for other ones to stay in. And the mere fact that if the other person can defend it, then it should be in there.
Yeah. Ultimately, we had to prove to each other why we wanted a story.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we also had a scope to consider where we could have easily filled the entire book with stories that were just based in Winnipeg and full of Winnipeg landmarks and references, but we wanted to get the entire province in there, and so it was important to have representation from a lot of different voices, urban and rural alike. There are urban stories, rural stories. We have LGBT representation in the book, which is great. We have Indigenous voices in the book. And Sheldon Burney wrote a rural story. I wrote a rural story because my experience growing up in Manitoba is in Killarney, which is like 2,300 people. And my family all grew up in towns much smaller than that. And so I grew up with this very kind of rural Gothic sensibility where my story is actually based on a paranormal experience my grandfather had where he chased an animal into a shed and then cornered it in the shed and it had vanished out of thin air. One of many, because they were very kind of like mystical, kind of pseudo-Catholics and thought that they saw ghosts everywhere. And so I wanted it to be a not strictly urban anthology because there's way more country in Manitoba than there is city. And we were able to do that.
Successfully, I think, too.
Sure. So you're thinking about the representation of not just like maybe types of diverse people, but like the province.
Yeah.
If you're talking Manitoba.
Right.
Yeah, I had a really specifically weird structure in terms of like selection because the concept of our anthology was it's experimental poetry that is using humor techniques, whether it's funny or not, is using these particular, because I noticed that like even though experimental poetry has this reputation for being unfunny and like academic and dry, which it sometimes is, but it often will use like actually techniques that are common or drawn from humor or parallel humor in some way. And I find some of it funny, but some of it's not, but it has these techniques. So what we ended up doing ultimately with the structure of our book was we write a page like explaining how each thing fits into that. So part of our selection process is also like, well, do we have something to write about? Like, can we explain like how this actually fits into the anthology? So you guys aren't doing that. You got a more normal anthology structure. We were kind of thinking like as maybe this could be a textbook in a university classroom. So it's a bit different kind of marketing concern in some ways, but then that kind of like became part of the selection process. Is like, okay,
an academic approach?
Yeah, an academic approach, and like how does it fit into our thesis? Almost. And we're like selecting things partially for that reason, or rejecting things because we can't quite. It's too similar to another thing, or it's too whatever. What about just reasons you might have rejected things? You don't have to give examples in that particular instance, but like, were like things you saw like we were inviting most people, so I didn't have a whole lot of rejecting to do.
Okay. For us, like, as with anybody who accepts submissions, I would say there was some poor writing. There was things that were very loosely based on being in Manitoba, and some things where you just didn't get that evocative feeling that Darren was touching on earlier, right? And if they didn't have that, that's when we would reject it.
Yeah, there were stories that were in on the shorter end, which is fine. There are some shorter pieces in this anthology, but they were shorter because they didn't do the work that they needed to do to be fully fleshed out.
Yeah,
Really?
I'd agree.
Sure.
Or there were some that were kind of taking some creative liberties in terms of formatting, or they had kind of odd elements to them that didn't really fit with the structure that we wanted as well. And I mean, I guess take your chance if you want to take your chance if you have a different idea in mind for how you want to format a short story. But I mean, that's a tough sell.
Yeah, and they just didn't feel fully formed.
That fits a really important thing in like a book anthology. You know, I find even just when I do my own books, like we were talking about before the podcast, like fit becomes such a consideration. You sometimes are taking things out because maybe they're excellent, but they don't fit.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, for whatever reason they just don't fit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the only stuff we encountered was more like, something that's just not quite up to the level. Like the level of the writing is not quite there, and so like the kinds of mistakes are like it's longer than it needs to be. There's an awful lot of words here that aren't doing any work, or stuff that was meant to be shocking for no reason, like gore for the sake of gore. And like that's something that for me, for horror, is like a big. Like it's just a head shaker. Like you quite quickly. Like I get like a grimace. I just read it. And it's just it pulls you out of it more than brings you into the story. And so there was stuff like that, but like a lot of the stuff that didn't make it in was actually overly long. And when presented with, you got to bring it down, and there was no bringing it down, so it was out.
So I'm kind of afraid to go to the next question because it's such a. It's supposed to be a real. I know these last three are the big jumps.
This is where we all die.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna. Okay. Well, I
You can just nibble it.
No, I'm going to clean the wings. You know.
Isolate that quote and put it at the top.
I'm impressed by the way, Darren, that
just
you.
Exactly. Context.
That's your new sign off.
Yeah.
Like
just
nibble it. You can just nibble it.
That's like the episode title.
Yeah.
I just want to point out how impressed I am that Darren, the neophyte of hot sauce, has eaten 7 wings already.
Yeah, 7.
Although honestly, so to me, only one of them has really been hot so far.
Yeah, the habanero one was the only really hard one.
And I had a harder time with the one.
It's going to shift right now.
I'm glad you guys feel that way because there's a bonus wing.
Right.
I mean, this one-upsmanship is like a very benign example of toxic masculinity. And
we're toxic ourselves.
I'm engaging in that by resolutely not backing down.
Yeah. it's the good kind of toxic masculinity where like you are actually toxifying your own self rather than somebody else around you.
It's just the harmless one where people can watch us suffer. It's fine.
The question I have, like, as we move into this, the first of the crazy ones is just a broad question about genre itself. Like, what do you like about the genre? Like, why speculative fiction? Why horror? What is the thing that, like, just in the first place drew you to that broad, like, I guess, category for an anthology? For me, like, looking at experimental fiction, actually, I want to eat a wing before I have to ask the question. I should be suffering while I answer a question.
I think I'm going to try this first one of the final box.
Who wants to go first? I don't have to answer first.
I'm going to fight Balrog here, but I'm probably not going to go on to Vega.
So get the last one. Shit.
And if you got that reference, we can be friends.
What sauce is this? That's the Lord of the Rings.
Rebel.
This is Dave's.
Dave's Insanity. Okay, I've been looking forward to eating this Jason Sandy sauce. This is the guy who does the hot.
I'm not going to touch this with my bare fingers.
County. So again, the question again is just what kind of what draws you to the genre in the first place? Like, what's the things you like, or even just the things you're sick of, maybe that you kind of wanted to get around.
Unpopular opinion, but I got sick.
Holy shit! Whoa!
Should I eat first before I answer?
Yeah, eat before you answer. At least one bite. Holy fuck. That's pretty spicy, man.
Oh, man.
It doesn't taste like anything at first, and then...
No, just kind of... I actually don't... I'm hiccuping now, so...
I can see through time.
I didn't eat any. I splashed some on my finger and licked it off. And I'm done.
No, there's 2 more.
For you.
I'm really hiccuping now.
There's a lot of people who do can-lit well.
Sorry.
And I had started in can-lit, writing short stories.
Jesus Christ.
But as I got...
worse and worse.
As I developed as a writer, I found that genre is where I could tell the stories best and more interestingly.
It is only unpleasant. Oh my god.
All of them.
Terrible.
All of them from this point.
Holy shit.
And you can't...
Fuck you, Adam.
You
What a stupid idea I had. Holy shit.
Our
That's
partnership
crazy.
is ended.
Holy fuck.
So I kind of answered that question next.
It doesn't even feel hot, weirdly. It's just like strangely painful. Like, you don't actually even feel the heat.
It's cuts in the mouth. Holy shit. Holy balls.
What was the question? What do I like about genre fiction?
Yeah, like what's draws you to it in the first place? Holy shit.
I don't know what, like opening my mouth and closing it's worse.
I think that its ability to...
It's going down a little bit.
Its ability to provide instruction or illumination without being preachy. You know, we think about it as speculative fiction today, but what we're talking about is myth.
Holy shit. Jesus Christ.
And myth is a vehicle through which you can convey timeless lessons or insights into human nature and human existence.
Motherfuckers. Sorry.
As I hold...
Oh my fucking god.
Through stories that are exciting and relatable to people.
Oh, it's exciting.
Speculative fiction kind of disguises the pulpit, and I appreciate that about it.
Well, thank you for having a much better answer than me, because you just took a little lick.
Just a little lick. There, now that's your episode
You
title.
can just nibble it a little.
Just nibble it a little.
I'm like trying to get this answer out while
so I
eating.
know, like...
I'm not touching the rest of this one. You couldn't get me to do it.
I'm out too.
Put the bullet right in my
Is it
head.
actually going to get hotter? Or?
Okay, so all the answers are going to be coming from Keith and Darren from now on?
That's true. I have to go to the bathroom. Can I not touch my penis? Is that like not a good idea?
It's probably not a good idea.
You should maybe
Wash your hands.
take a napkin.
Yeah.
Just
Dip your dick in some milk.
Yeah, I ate the wingtip, and then I licked the little drop on my fingertip, and now
I'm like crying, but I'm afraid to like wipe the tears
Yeah,
off,
don't-
you know? Because
Don't touch your eyes.
You very obviously have sauce at the corner of your lips that you're going to have to contend with.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you for answering that so well.
Well, I don't know.
My anthology, I'm more interested in genre now than in experimental poetry. But I'm very interested in experimental writing. Oh my god. Just because, to me, like, I don't even puke about it. I guess it's just like,
Why would anyone do this? I asked you to listen.
To me, what's fascinating, I'm really interested in whether it's a genre or literary or whatever. Literary is just a genre, but like whatever genre you want to look at, I'm really interested in things that are breaking rules or unusual and just kind of taking very extreme forms. I'm just really interested in extreme forms. Like this, like the genre. I did a horror story, like Keith was talking about, this anthology, this little mini anthology, that's limited edition that's coming out about the stories we wrote in the haunted house. Like mine is this kind of weird poetry horror. Like it's almost like a series of poetic lines, and like it's a horror ghost story. So like I'm really interested in like just the weird this mashup and blending of like experimental approaches to fiction and poetry. It's kind of calming down now. It's not so bad. But I don't know. I just always, to me, it's like it's just you read so much stuff. Like I read 100 books a year or whatever, right? Like you read so much stuff, you see so much things. Like there's a misperception. Like if you don't read a lot or you're not a writer. I don't know if you guys get this. My family, like if somebody wants to give me a present, they give me a book. Well, I don't want to read that fucking book. They think you like every book, because you're a writer, but you really like no books. You know what I mean? Like your taste gets so rarefied, and so to me, like I've just always been really interested in like experimental work. But then my anthology is not a genre, but like I'm getting more and more. I've always been fascinated with horror specifically, and like other speculative fiction as well, but horror and weird fiction, and I like I say, like you mentioned before, and like I actually see myself as, my joke is always like that I think I'm a horror writer, but nobody else agrees with me.
Well, I agree with you.
Well, like those are my influences. Even if the piece I'm working on isn't necessarily, my tears are like, they feel hot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's gonna get worse.
My ears are popping. Like,
just crying pure
caps through my skull.
It certainly definitely goes like a peak and a trough though. Like I don't feel too bad right now. Like it's not great, but
I feel like if you had asked me that question now, I'd be okay and I'd nail it. But
I think that for me, like
I don't even know what I said.
As I've gotten to know writers and be in writing groups and meet these people, I feel like the uncultured swine of the group, because I got into speculative fiction and I got into I guess all fiction through, in the beginning, practically anything but books. TV and movies and comic books. I mean, those are books, but okay.
Yeah.
Video games, anime, but not really novels until I was well into my adult years, because I got through my teenage years with a controller in my hand, and then when I became a reporter, I thought, okay, well, I need to know about current events. I need to know about government. So I would read all these nonfiction books. I'd read all these like social philosophy, whatever books, and I wasn't reading fiction. And now. That I'm writing genre fiction, I meet people and they're constantly saying, "Oh, have you read so and so? Have you read this novel? Have you read this collection? Did you check out this?" And I go, "No, I haven't. I haven't read any of these people ever."
I used to read.
But it doesn't
everything.
mean you don't love the genre.
No,
I used to know everything, and now I know nothing because, like, I have these kids. Just like, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't watch television. Like, I don't have channels. I don't go to see movies anymore. Like I read a lot of books, but it's like I could do one thing and I picked reading.
So we're still on the why we like the genre? Yeah. Okay. I would like to jump in since
take a swing.
Since took a bathroom break.
I'm back. I'm better.
Cover your bathroom. He wasn't able to touch his dick, so the bathroom was just covering.
Did my best. There's a bathtub.
Yeah, your bathroom.
There's a bathtub. Yeah.
I've always been drawn to horror, and I wonder, like, when I was a kid, I was a super. I don't know. Like, I think there's the perception that horror writers are immune to scary stuff. And for me, I think it's the opposite, that I am a little bit of a, like, especially when I was a kid, I was afraid of everything. And now I'm more desensitized to it in that I've seen more things. But I am still like, I still sometimes wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I'm still thinking of the ghost from the garage. I'm not going to be able to fall asleep. Nice. Kind of thing.
See,
right?
Yeah.
So I think I gravitate to it because I am still afraid of those things, and I for some reason really like to explore that feeling still. I still like to be afraid. I still like delving into like, why am I creeped out by that, or like, this is really creepy, I'm gonna really dive headfirst into it. And just as I've read more and more widely in the genre, I think what I really like about horror and other genres too, that, like you were saying, that they can get into social issues. They can do it without being preachy, but there's also this ability to tackle the bigger questions. And for horror, it's the uncomfortable questions. That's always what's being posed, and that's like I like delving into those. Like I like being challenged with the idea of like, is humanity good? And horror is the place where that actually gets explored, or the cosmic question of like, is there nothing? Is it better for there to be nothing, or for there to be something bad? And like that is sort of where I tend to gravitate to, and that's horror, like the horror and weird fiction and the unsettling feelings. Like that's sort of where they live, and I feel better being able to explore those than leaving them unspoken.
My ninth question is just, would you do another anthology? Like, and if so, like, what would you do differently this time? You know, like knowing what you know. I'm toying with the idea. I'll eat a wing, I guess. Fucking which wing?
Really?
This is number 9. So is this a scorpion pepper one that you had?
Yeah, this is the Aubrey D. Scorpion Rebel Hot Sauce.
Now this isn't my scorpion peppers, but I do have a scorpion peppers sitting over there. Is this?
Just eat
this
it.
is hotter.
Well, how like that last one?
This one did I have sauce in this one?
That last one, he pretty.
Is that is there sauce in that?
Yeah, there's sauce.
Yeah, there's.
Can you not
see?
I can't. So just I mean, I don't want a lot of sauce. I just want to make sure I'm not wimping out.
Tap.
No.
For the
Tap,
record,
tap.
No, you guys.
Darren, Keith,
please
Darren,
take one bite.
Out.
just a little nibble.
No, I barely touched that last one.
That's fine. So you can barely touch this one too.
No.
Nope.
You have a
Thank
full
you.
glass of milk, sir.
I've drank too much milk. That's my problem now.
Whatever. Well, me and Adam are still in it. These guys are.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you guys can. ask this
Jonathan and
question.
Adam are the real men
To
at
start
the
with.
table.
They are.
Oh
No.
boy, so manly.
Well, it's just that we keep.
John made me make a commitment before.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't
I
tap
even
out
agreed
because
to
this is
it.
my idea.
Yeah.
Adam-
I feel.
And I own all these hot sauces, so
Yeah. So
But
I feel
you
you have
knew
to.
what you were getting into.
I knew what I was getting into.
Like Sean
before.
Evans, you have to do it. It's your job.
Yeah.
And my job in this case. But yeah, like I just want to like, would you ever do another anthology? And if so, like, what would you do differently this time?
I think I would. I would be more. I would be harsher in my selection or what I was setting out to do. Like so, the list was not quite as open.
She's not.
That was the sound of Adam dropping his wing on after one bite, and
is this a creeper?
Jonathan is cleaning.
See, it seems fine so far.
I definitely would do it, but just
glad you're happy.
with the other anthology, the call for submissions was not very open. Like we very much approached people that we already knew and that were sort of involved in this de facto writing group. And I would do it more openly and thus exert tougher
You know, the wings.
control.
I feel like that just didn't have sauce on it. Like enough. You said it did, but I feel like it didn't. Like I don't feel anything.
Really?
Just
You've
really
got another
mild.
sauce
I'm
after
just
this.
waiting for the bomb to drop.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Is
for
this
the
the same one?
realization.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's
I'm
two
so
more.
glad,
You can have two more.
I feel ill.
Really?
You need to not be standing behind
See, I
me.
feel like I feel like it's going to hit me.
I'm partly
probably,
just
you know,
like I've had too much milk.
I probably
I'm
shouldn't
gonna
have said
throw
anything.
up. No.
It's gonna hit you after the second wing has been consumed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to eat the whole second one. I don't think.
But
I ate one first one. Just let the record show.
we.
I'm enjoying the orange stain around you.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a Hot Ones thing that you can see as it goes on.
Yeah, I don't feel as
Yeah.
No,
That's your-
I think we did do an open call out, but I think that if we were to do another anthology in this vein, we would probably expand the scope so that we capture a bigger geographic area and therefore more writers, so that we can.
There it is.
No, I still don't think it's. Sorry.
Yeah, so that we have a larger pool to draw from. Not that we didn't have a good pool in just Manitoba, but it is limited. And if we did another one the exact same way, we're going to get most of the same people.
Yeah.
So we would probably expand the scope into a larger region, have a bigger pool to draw from, and therefore a much more kind of distilled list of people to actually put in the book. We could.
See, I'm fine. I ate the second. You guys watched me. I ate the second.
Yeah, he ate it.
And we're in the stage where Adam is just like
it's a bit hot, but
furiously
it's not-
rubbing
it's
an
nothing
ice
like-
cube on his tongue.
It's nothing like the previous one.
I disagree.
Okay, so I said this last
That's actually
week.
not bad. Yeah.
I said this last week.
It's starting
over
to creep
here
up a little bit,
Adam. I said, look, evolution does these things on purpose.
Yeah.
The pepper is that hot because you're being told by nature not to eat it. And
Okay.
only human beings alone in creation would go, I'm going to eat that anyway. Like, that's the only ones who would not
These are
learn
the
this.
scorpion peppers. This one. So these scorpion peppers, they're Trinidad scorpion peppers. In Trinidad, they're considered inedible. And people don't eat them, of course. But they do grind them up and use them in paint, and they paint the hulls of boats so nothing grows on the boats. It's starting to kind of come in at me now. Like it's very slow build, like very slow.
wait.
I shouldn't have had 2 wings, but I ate 2 wings. It's gonna be twice as bad.
Did you need some ice?
It's actually really building now.
Is that
like
how-
it's starting to really come at me? I still don't feel like it's as bad as the previous wing.
Yeah. The insanity sauce.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Somebody's stomach
It's still
lining
better.
is
I think it's
supposed
gonna
to.
be. I think it's starting to settle down. Adam's really sweating it though.
This is my threshold right here.
See, to me, you look like when I eat my scorpion peppers, and I feel like it's kind of going up and down. Maybe because I had milk and abated it. It's starting to hit me. It's creeping into my sinuses.
Yeah.
It's not going away. Like
Oh.
I forget what the question was. Do you guys?
We were talking about would we
would
do
you do
another
it?
anthology.
Would you do another anthology?
I would.
You expand the scope. You guys are talking about.
Yeah,
this
we
before,
would
but-
expand the scope, and we would draw from a bigger pool of writers.
Watch what
Bring it into the
eye
larger
touch.
prairie region if we could.
Yeah.
But I think that also on the kind of back end of it, we would like to have a little less. What's the word? A little less uncertainty. If this project is deemed a success, we want to be able to go to a publisher and say, look, this works. We'd like to sign the deal now so that we can go forward knowing that we have a deal. And I don't know if that's actually a realistic goal,
It's still better than the previous one.
but I think it's kind of worth a shot, because what I don't want to do is try to go into a second volume and have all the same uncertainties. Will we get a deal? Are we going to be paying people out of pocket for nothing?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I would like to have something locked in before we even put the call out, if that can happen.
Breathing hurts.
Nobody heard.
I feel like
at
my
this
nose
table.
bleeding.
Everybody,
I
everybody
know.
is triaging themselves.
I
Except
think my
for
nose
Keith.
is bleeding. I actually.
We have like a battlefield medic in here.
You know, I don't even feel that bad, to be honest. Like it's just like every once in a while it'll hit me.
It's the oxygen.
Stop breathing
Get oxygen on your.
You just gotta stop breathing. That's the thing.
In through your mouth, out through your nose.
Yeah, like I don't feel like that one's as bad as the
Cooling
previous
waters
one.
of
But it's
mercy.
not. It's not good. It's not good.
I'm getting this.
But I'm hipping like it's like intermittently. It's like you were talking about uncertainty. Like intermittently, it just boom, it's really bad, and then it's like goes away, and it's boom, it's really bad. Like
Your brain's trying really hard to block
I'm getting
the
this
signal.
satanic Dave's wing off.
it's not as bad. It's not as bad. I thought, you know, honestly, I thought it'd
It's
be much
leering
worse.
at me.
We need more milk, please.
I've been thinking about another
Yeah.
anthology and like maybe doing an anthology series, but I don't know. I'm still toying with it. I found it really enjoyable, but you know, just way more. I don't know. Like I look at you guys as anthologies, and I'm like, you know, I like those ideas of the genre anthology. And I think I don't know. So I don't know. I think I would do it. I think again, what I would do differently. I think I'd like to try one without a co-editor. Adam's just guessing.
Adam's got like just the shakiest puller.
Adam is not okay, guys.
He's the one who
Adam is not
pulled the
alright.
sauce out. You decided to have that sauce. I just want to put it on record.
I'm doing this for the good of the podcast.
Big people.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the children.
This is gonna be like the.
We
your
have
best
like
listened.
we have
You're
like
right, you shouldn't
5.
touch when you go to the washroom.
Make that mistake.
We have
slow
like
build.
Hachi.
That's why he's really in pain.
I don't want to. I have follow-up questions, but I won't ask them on the show. We still have like 5 unflavored wings. Who would like a nice honey garlic?
Put some ranch on it.
Nice ranch.
Blue cheese.
Yes, I would do another anthology. I think I said that though.
I don't remember. I had some other things I was going to say that I can't recall. I don't know if I want to go to the 10th wing, Adam. I got to tell you.
Oh my god.
I mean, we'll go to it, but
should
we delay it for another minute or two? Holy shit.
I'm gonna.
I was fine up until now.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is I think if I do another anthology series, I think I'm going to try. I think if I do another anthology, I think I'll try doing it without a co-editor. I liked working with a co-editor, but I think it might be fun to just be a bit more autocratic in just kind of thinking exactly what I want to do and exactly how I want to, like you say, kind of more ruthlessly curate in a bit more of a focus and narrow way. But I don't know. I might just change my mind if I do it one again. I'm not sure. My 10th question here, as Adam tells us about this is the last dab, right?
This is the original last dab.
So if you are actually a fan of Hot Ones, or you go to the show notes and take a look at it.
Why would you?
He's like, why did you show that? If you go to sorry, 1 second.
Just throwing paper towels everywhere.
This table is a mess.
If you go to if you watch Hot Ones, they have their own branded sauces now. And this one's this is their final sauce, or at least from previous seasons or something. It's called the Last Dab. What's in this one again? Which one is in this? Is this Pepper X?
This is Pepper X, yeah.
So Pepper X, by the way, is what? Explain what Pepper X is for the people who aren't fucking idiots.
Well, Pepper X is a hybrid by a gentleman. I believe his company is called Puckerbutt, and he was responsible for the Carolina Reaper. Well, he made something hotter than the Carolina Reaper, and it's Pepper X, and it's in this hot sauce.
So this is the hotter than the hottest pepper in the world. Mm-hmm. Now, it's tradition to dab it, but I don't think we're going to do that.
Silence.
What did you want to do with these other ones, with the scorpion pepper stuff I brought? Are you going to try it or not?
Just plain wings at this point. I don't know.
I brought these scorpion peppers. Let me tell a little mini story about these. I brought I don't think we need to eat them. Maybe we'll just throw it right in the garbage.
Adam is about to cry.
I brought the scorpion peppers. So one day, I don't think we're going to use it because these sauces are. I think after this is maybe. I don't think I want to have a hotter sauce, but I may just give it to one of you guys or something.
For the record, I warned all of you.
Yeah. Anyway,
yes, you did.
Let me tell you a story about scorpion.
Well,
so the last sauce we had, this is hotter, supposedly. The last sauce we had was based on the scorpion peppers. Once I was driving down the street, and I see this kid with he's like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid. He's got a little green wagon. He's on the side of the road. He has a cardboard sign that says, "Hottest pepper in the world." Like $3, whatever it was. I'm like, what? I gotta check this out. So I go over there, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? He's got these pepper plants in a little toy wagon. I'm like, what do you got there? He's like, this is the scorpion pepper, Trinidad scorpion pepper, because it's the hottest pepper in the world. Which I knew at the time it was not, but it had been.
Yeah.
So it was like the third hottest at the time or something. So I'm like, okay, I'll try this thing out. So I buy some plants and I grow them. I just don't know where this kid got these plants. And sure enough, it's fucking Trinidad scorpion peppers.
Yeah.
And when I grew them, when I started cutting them up, so you have to wear gloves to cut them up because you'll get burns on your hands and stuff. And I'm cutting them up, and my little kid who's 2 years old at the time starts crying in the other room because these peppers are so hot. So I mashed a bunch up into a paste. I've been eating them off and on for the last couple of years, and keeping them in the freezer when I'm not eating them, and it's fucking terrible. And I hate them so much. So I brought them here for us to eat, to use up the last of it. But I don't think we're gonna do it.
I don't think we're gonna get there
because we've actually probably had hotter sauce. We've had hotter sauce already, so we don't need to do it. This apparently is
my 11-year-old
crazy hot.
Why?
What?
We did it together.
I'm calling the police.
So you wanted to try it, so I gave him the slightest.
So is this
down.
actually hotter than the previous ones? Because I didn't find that scorpion pepper that bad. It was, in and out.
Good for you, because that was it for me. This is a creeper.
Okay, my last question is, what was it like? Maybe a loaded question for you guys. What was it like working with the coach? Like, do you like? What is your advice for doing it? You know, like how do you make that a good process, or how do you get the most out of the process?
Can I answer before I eat?
If you want, I'd rather you answer as you're eating.
As they're eating.
It's not going to be an answer.
I kind of want to hear Adam's answer before I give my
Yeah.
answer.
This is the last stop. Oh, I can already taste that's going to be bad.
That is a look of dismay.
It has like a smell that I don't like. I like the smell of it.
Oh shit. So.
See, I don't feel anything yet, but I feel like this is going to be a big creeper. Oh yeah, it's starting to creep.
There you go.
It's got them.
Oh god.
Yep. And it's throws.
Holy shit, that was really good.
So, working with Darren.
Oh boy.
Holy shit.
Those inhibitors are down.
Okay,
so-
I'm just gonna chill out. Mind her.
I was touching on it a little bit earlier, and even before this podcast. With Darren and I are a good balance to each other. We're not too much alike. We're not too different. We're just this nice.
Nice hot team.
We're a hot team.
Oh god! I got milk in my nose.
Why is this milk?
Is it helpful?
It's not so bad now. It's kind of taming down now. Maybe it's not that bad. No, now I can hear a whining noise. I just
I felt
My nose
where
is
I stopped. I felt it in my ears.
I haven't been eating wings for a while, and my nose has not stopped running.
Working with Darren is really good. I can't talk.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not too bad. Actually, I don't feel that one's that bad now.
Yeah, okay.
Have some more.
Okay.
No, I'm just gonna
You
wait.
didn't even
Just
dab it.
wait a second.
Working with Adam was good. Adam was coming into the role of editor, kind of new to it. But the thing about that is that because Adam can write, Adam can edit. The point, the role that I took in terms of being the more experienced editor was just saying, this is how it goes. Like, there's nothing procedural that you don't already know if you're a writer, because you know how to clean up copy, you know how to fix something. But it's like, this is how it goes. These are the frustrations that are to be expected. These are the things that we can expect other people to do, whether it's contributors, whether it's publishers, and let's just be cool throughout this process.
Yes, that was very helpful.
There's a lot of times where something happens, and I could understand how if this is the first time you're ever dealing with it, it can be very stressful. But having dealt with every permutation of it over the last 12 years or so, it's just like, this is what happens. People are late. This is what happens. People email you when they're good and ready and don't really care that you would like to get this dealt with by the end of the day. This is what happens. And that's very much my attitude to, my day job as well, is people come into their roles knowing what to do. What they don't understand is the nuances of the day-to-day. They don't understand the shit that you got to deal with. And so I appoint myself as being the one who's going to break them into the shit that they got to deal with and kind of disabuse them of any notions that they have that might make them think that things are going to be easier than they actually are going to be, or that people are going to be, I don't know, that things will go more smoothly than they're going to be.
Yeah.
I'm the grizzled old veteran who's whittling all the time, going let me tell you how it's going to be at the front.
I really hope the video of this turns out.
You gotta.
Adam is just
Gotta stop chewing the ice. The ice is
really-
just getting
Jonathan's shaking his head.
You're really missing
it's
a
bad,
lot.
But the seventh, the Dave's Insanity sauce was still worse. But you started eating that ice. I think the ice is what's doing it.
I didn't have enough.
Yeah.
I had a whole bunch.
Why is this on my placemat? Devil sauce on my placemat.
I don't think Last Dab is as bad as Dave's Insanity sauce.
I don't know. You're having differing
thicker.
reactions.
I'll eat the other wing. I'll eat another wing with it.
Oh.
Whoa!
Just maybe you're right. I didn't get enough sauce. I'll
It's
just
thick
try.
sauce.
I'll try another one. It is thicker. That looks a bit too thick. I'm not gonna have this whole win though, but I'll try one more.
Just a tremendous level of abuse.
No. My thing with I did enjoy working with a co-editor, mostly because of what we already mentioned. It was more work than I thought it was going to be. And having another person to help deal with that was really good. But Dustin and I ended up working well together, which was a positive bonus. That could have gone very badly because, like you were just saying, Darren, that there is some unpleasantness that you're going to have to deal with, and if
It's got terrible taste.
If one of you can deal with it and the other one can't, then you can sort of balance each other out.
I
But
feel like
if both of you can't handle that stress, or if both of you have like a need for control, which like this was like an exercise in learning to sort of let stuff go and control as much as you can, but also just that like if you try too much to take on everybody else's responsibility.
Nobody can say you didn't ask for it. You literally asked for it.
Oh, here we go. But yeah,
I still don't think it's as bad as Dave's Insanity. It's just not. It's not good. It doesn't taste as good either. I gotta say, like it's just a horrible
Dave's
taste.
Insanity doesn't taste like anything.
It is a horrible taste.
it didn't.
Pain.
It was just pain. There was
Dave's
nothing
Insanity
to
was
it.
absolutely the worst. It's way worse. This is not good, but Dave's Insanity was way worse than this. But this one, I don't find it as bad. For sure, Dave's Insanity was way worse.
Well, you're the winner.
I know I'm the winner. Dave, what
No
you're
one
doing
wins
now, I was
this
doing the
game.
Dave's Insanity.
We're all losers.
Yep.
Now I have an appreciation for my scorpion pepper sauce I didn't like. It's
Really?
way better than this. Oh my god.
They sell this shit.
And
They just
wanted
sell it. They just sell it at the store.
What a horrible fucking idea. Like some of them, like the Matuks, like they're delicious.
Those were really
delicious.
good.
They're really good.
Yeah, they were really nice.
Those were great.
Sometimes these hot ones, you're like,
Let's remember
why?
the fun times,
Why is it
guys.
hot?
Yeah. Think back.
Holy cow.
Think back to 20 minutes ago.
Back to 3 sauces.
And
we
even like
were all
even the
innocent.
pain ones, the jalapeno one was really good.
The jalapeno was
The
delicious.
habanero still had flavor to it. It just
Oh, I didn't like that.
the build up was crazy.
I actually prefer this to the habanero. I gotta
Really?
say, yeah, it's not as hot, but like it was more pleasant or less pleasant. I find this is like, I don't know. Now I'm kind of rambling. I
I
don't
find
know.
myself thinking back pretty fondly on that jalapeno sauce.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Holy god, I'm so pissed off.
No,
about this fucking-
Adam. Okay, so we've
I
collectively.
thought it would taste better. I was looking forward to this one. You guys, fucking you hot ones.
We've collectively gone through a 4-liter jug of milk.
Did we really?
And Adam has now moved on to the milk that is ostensibly for his kids.
It's so true. No cereal for you.
Because I was getting up to dump my plate, and he's just like, "More milk, please!" And it's the only milk we can get. So sorry.
There's ice cream. I brought ice cream.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, boys.
give me some.
Oh,
ice cream.
we're having ice cream after this, guys.
This is, you know what? I still think Dave's Insanity is worse. Like this one isn't as bad. It's just that I hate 2 of them, but it's like, it's not good. That's for sure. Holy shit. You know what I think I would do differently if I like doing co-editing? I would like have a co-editor that was more of an assistant. Just did all the shit I didn't want to do.
There you go.
And like then I could just do the fun things. And like I'd find some sucker who's like, I guess that now that this podcast is out, it's not.
gonna be harder
I
to
said
find.
that it's gonna be harder to find. I'll find some like sucker who like will just do all the heavy lifting and like deal with the authors. Because the worst is dealing with the writers. Even if they're being good individually, collectively, it's not fun to deal with a bunch of other writers.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
true.
It's just like you say, it's just too
I
many.
agree.
Like, when's this email going to come in or whatever? When's this person going to contact me about this other person? So it's just like a lot of, like you say, balls in the air and like juggling of just the paperwork minutia of it. That's where like a co-editor.
It's really gonna help, John.
It's actually getting worse.
Keep fanning your mouth.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Is that, I guess because you're an
Well,
artist.
see, like it,
The best thing is if you just cut
it's
your
worn
tongue
off.
off.
But when I had
You know,
with the insanity stuff, it was getting air in my mouth. Like that was the worst part.
insanity stuff is still.
I mean, the best
way
part
worse.
is that I'm sober now.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
flat out.
I should have drank more whiskey. That's the real issue.
There you go.
Well, guys, this has been eye-opening. But yeah, like I was tearing up with the Insanity one. Like I was crying basically. Like my tears were hot.
So
Like, they actually
you want
felt
that
hot.
for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
Baste
Well,
the turkey.
I don't know, guys.
Wow, we got episode titles out the wazoo.
Up the wazoo. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to split this into. I guess now that we're in episode 13, and so it's jonathanball.com/13 for these show notes, or 12 for the other ones, or I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Are we directing the same one or something? But anyway, 12 and 13. I'll put all the information about these hot sauces up there, and all the stuff about Adam and Darren and Keith, and you can get all these anthologies off my website. And I really recommend them. I've got a lot of Why Poetry Sucks to sell you, but these, if genre fiction is more your thing, of course. Shadow of Port Germain is a great anthology. Parallel Praise is really excellent. All these guys have work in them. I've got work in both anthologies. So if you like my stuff, I'm in Keith's as the intro, as he mentioned, but also Richard Crow is me. And then the Parallel Prairies has, all Keith's work is got a really excellent story in there. Darren and Adam both have some great stories in there, and I've got a sort of an odd little story in there as well. I don't know what else to say. Do you guys have any last words before your last will and testament?
This has been
really
really.
Yeah,
I have really enjoyed the last 10 minutes.
Because for the last 10 minutes, neither of you.
Do you guys have any?
No, I am standing behind my tap out.
You guys are very much
I've
deserving.
deserved it.
You guys should have gone though, because honestly, that was the worst one. These last two were not as. Or was it two? Did you have it before Days of Sanity?
No, I had Days of Sanity.
We tapped out
Is
at
Days of
Days of
Sanity the
Sanity.
7th, 8, 9, or is it 8th?
8th.
Oh, so you guys, these last two were not as
8th.
bad. To be perfectly
Ebbs and
honest,
flows, guys.
I'll
Ebbs and flows.
take your word for it.
you should have tapped out.
But even that,
Adam,
Make words.
Darren, I respect you for doing it in the first place.
Thanks.
I mean, not being a having a fight. Adam, despite the theatrics, you made it all the way through. Keith he did it.